This week what we're going to be doing is working on the Develop module. We've already worked in the library module. We've gone over a number of things in there. We still have a lot more to cover off in that, but I wanted to get in and start developing or editing our images. So we're going to use the Harley-Davidson restaurant image, and I'm going to import that right now. The lower left-hand corner is the import button. I'm going to click on that, and I get this large import dialog box. We can make it smaller, and I'll get into that a little bit later on, but for now let's just stay with this large full-size guy here. I need to go to my Macintosh drive, users, log in, images, and you can see I have my DRVs, my RAWs, and my images, JHW. These ones are images that were not captured with the camera, as I explained earlier. And come into here and we have week 1 through 9 at this point, and I believe we're in week 5, which is the Harley-Davidson image. There you go. I'm going to be adding it to my catalog called Fall, or Photo 161 Fall 2017. I'm going to add it. Over here I'm using the minimal previews. Do not import suspected duplicates. I am not creating smart previews. We can get into that much later. Develop setting, I'm going to choose none. And the metadata, I'm going to choose one that actually has the current and correct year in there. As far as develop settings are concerned, I'm not applying anything at this point in time. I'm just going to click import. There we go. There's my image. Click on the develop module. And here we are looking at this lovely, lovely image. First thing I need to do is take a look over on this side here where we have all of our panels that we're working with. The top part here is our histogram. We can see that the image, by looking at the image, we can see that there's a lot of dark stuff. By looking at the histogram, we can see there's a lot of dark stuff. So I just want to kind of take some of this and move it forward through there. Before I do that, I am going to deal with white balance. I could come over here and click with the white balance tool on something that I know to be a neutral color, which would be in this case this gray value here. And if you read the red, green, and blue values in this little pop-up dialog that seems to follow the eyedropper around, you can see that my reds, greens, and blues are pretty darn close to even. So this tells me that this image here is scientifically calibrated, I guess you could say. If I went and clicked on this, I don't see much of a difference, and you're not going to see much of a difference with the readout values either. All right, so now we're at 44 as opposed to being 45 or something like that. Image really didn't change. This image was taken during the sunset golden hour time frame, so I want to make sure that there's some warmth in this image. I'm going to come over to the white balance drop-down menu, and I'm going to choose something other than as shot. Custom and as shot, they're darn close to being the same thing. The only reason why this is custom is because it's not from as shot or one of the predefined values here. So I'm going to go over here to daylight, and it didn't really warm it up that much. So I come over here and click on cloudy, and cloudy might have gone a little bit too far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the 6500 cloudy preset value, and I can do it in a number of ways. I can put my cursor over the value Kelvin degrees here and just click and drag to the left. I can take my slider and move it about, or I can just come in here and double click. Since I don't know what it is that I want, why don't we just drag it back? See how it's slowly going down, and you can see things are changing. And I'm just going to come in here and type in 6250, and then just hit the enter key to get this to go in that direction. There might be just a little bit much in the plus magenta thing going on here, so with that text input field highlighted automatically by tabbing from one to another, I'm just going to use the down arrow key to take it to 5. And that's all I want to do as far as white balance. I may want to come back a little bit later after I've done some tonal edits. I may want to come back and adjust my white balance, but for now I'm pretty happy with the way it is. That's all we're going to be doing in this quick little video. In the next video, we're going to deal with the tone section of the basic tab.